everyone! So I am Loraine again from the story of the ever unfolding rose, and I'm back with another video blog for you guys. And as per my two previous vlogs, I'm gonna figure out again the title of this vlog after the video itself. But similar to the other episodes, I am using this time. I'm using the cards that I picked for my daily meditation on the topics or the matters that I can discuss in this video blog. So with that, one of the cards that I pulled earlier this morning for my daily meditation was this Four of Coins. Look at it. And this is from the Disney Villains Tarot Deck and Guidebook because it was so intriguing for me. The villains, and I love Disney cartoons. So we didn't grow up, 90s kid, so didn't grow up with Disney or older. So with this treasure, it started with me asking myself, what is it that I truly treasure? What is it that really makes me happy? And when I say, I had to learn how to distinguish between what makes me happy, the act itself, or the result. Because when I was working with my, technically it's a 9 to 5 job. But anyway, while I was working on my corporate job, of course, the end result of me earning income, being able to buy what I want, that makes me happy. But that's the result, and that's temporary. But the process of going into that, I would say myself, Loraine, no job is perfect. You just have to hustle through it, like the demands of it. You try to find meaning, you try to find happiness in the result. So that's where you find your solace or your comfort. So even if you have to work beyond working hours, or you have to please a difficult client, you have to go the extra mile outside your job description just to get the job done, then just take it like a soldier in a way and just hustle through. And I learned to distinguish that it was possible for you to be happy in the process, in the act itself, and not just the result. God taught me through this whole inner healing journey that the process is the actual reward itself. And the results of that process is just cherry on top of that ice cream, or your desserts after a good meal. It's just the bonus, so to speak. So that was mind-boggling for me because all along I've been struggling with stress. Like initially, after passing the bar exam as a lawyer, sleepless nights, trying to hustle, pleadings to draft, appearance in court, contracts to review, and all of those. And then when I went to work for the bank, I do hate the admin stuff. Like I'm really not good at the repetitive admin stuff. That the documentation of the clients, like, oh, it's okay, like Loraine, at the end of the day, once you open the account, for example, then the client will be happy, and then you'll be happy because you were able to achieve this. But I learned after healing through a lot of things, a lot of beliefs, that God, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, that He is unconditional love, and He wants us to be truly happy with everything that we are and with everything that we do, and that's our true purpose in life. So He taught me that it was possible to be truly happy in the job doing itself, the doing itself. Like, that was mind-boggling for me. But how did I discover first what truly makes me happy? The process, not the result itself. So good, actually, a good, one of the cards that I, well, intrigued that I picked out was the Queen of Wands in the Disney Villain Tarot deck. And she looks familiar, does she not? She's the Queen in Snow White. And she's the Queen of Wands. And in the traditional tarot deck, Rider-Waite, the Queen of Wands is the most charismatic, it's a fire sign, the most graceful, refined, regal queen among all of them. But you know what her weakness was? Aptly described in the tarot deck. She kept asking, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? I just noticed there's a mirror above me. So, she kept asking for validation from other people. Or, well, external validation, if you can call mirror, mirror. Well, there's a spirit inside it. But anyway, veering away from the topic, she kept asking externally for approval of what is intrinsically hers in the first place. So it's as if us looking for answers outside of us, when the answers, all of it, lies within us. It all lies within. Everything. You are the key. The answer to your happiness, all of it is within you. Not with people, not with going to some retreat and then listening to the words of other people. No, ultimately it lies within you. You with your unique memory, your experiences, whatever you've undergone in this life, all of it makes up the unique you that only you know. Well, aside from God, only you know. So instead of asking, looking for that key to happiness externally, partying, money, drugs, whatever. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Anyway, or recreational things. looking for a family friendly synonym. But anyway, it's all within. It's all within. The answers are within. So that's why she's the Queen of Wands. She's regal on her own. She's charismatic. I imagine that movie, Charlize Theron. Oh my god, she was so beautiful in that movie. The Snow White and Huntsman. I forgot the title itself, but wow, that queen. Does she even need to ask everyone else if who's the fairest of them all? But anyway, so with that, I pulled this Seven of Cups. I like visuals. So this Seven of Cups, as you can see here, you have different choices. There are different counsels, there are different voices around you. But look at it. He's closing his eyes. Meaning, I take it to interpret that it's you focusing. Yes, you can listen to the counsel of others, the Four of Cups from the Tarot of Oppositions. You can ask for others, but ultimately, you have to heed your own counsel. You can take into consideration what other people are saying, suggesting. Yes, but you are the one who decides. You are the one who knows yourself best, most of all. You have to know that. I mean, it's kind of scary. I found out that not everyone is brave enough to look at the mirror and face themselves, so to speak. But that's kind of sad, because when you look at yourself in the mirror and ask those questions about yourself, getting deeper and deeper, that's the path to true happiness. So you are scared actually of being truly happy in this lifetime, if I have to put it in another way, in other words. And if you're watching this video, then I guess you are actually not scared anymore. You are really deciding for yourself that you want to be truly happy in this life, to wake up every day and do that work. When I say work, because work has a reputation of this being something that you have to bear with, something that you have to hustle through, but that's not actually the work that you are intended for this lifetime that God created you for. That's not it. I'm telling you, that's not it. The work that you are intended to do in this lifetime is something that makes you happy. When you wake up every day, you are excited to go to work, not just your first day. Not just your first day, or not just when you're getting your bonus. Because again, that's the result. But the process of doing that one, that one was something that God intended for you to have in this lifetime. And the answer lies within. And to do that, as I've said, you have to go from within. And when you go from within, as I've mentioned in one of my videos, the scariest things out there are not what you watch in horror movies, those exorcism, haunted, haunting, those freaky 180 degrees turning of the head. No, they're not the freakiest one. They're just movies. I discovered that the scariest things for almost all people are demons. This is the devil. This is Chernobog. I am not familiar with this Disney movie. This is a Disney villain tarot deck. With this Disney movie called somewhere a segment in a movie called Fantasia. I'm probably gonna watch it just to check out the connotation with the tarot. But I am veering away from the topic. So as I was saying, the scariest demons, the scariest things for almost all people are facing their inner demons, I discovered, because they are afraid of what they will see. They are ashamed of what they will see deep inside themselves when they do that. But again, it's not that journey of mine, that inner healing journey of mine. It didn't start with me facing literally the mirror or figuratively and writing down, Loraine, what's wrong with you? It didn't start with that. No. Again, I'm telling you that God, when you go into this inner healing journey, God is making it the best process possible for you. The only way, the way that you know that is very it's not comfortable all the way, because again, you have to release wounds, you have to heal. So you have to dig it up again, but God will only do that when you're ready. And if you've watched my previous video, some of it, I was surprised that I was already ready when I did one of those videos where when I was ready to talk about it to the world, my childhood trauma, my abuse, the abuse that I went through childhood, it's not affecting me anymore, the fact that I can talk about it. So I didn't realize that I healed to that extent. So that's the magic that God works in your life, God, Spirit, Creator. You thought that the things that you were doing are just small steps. But then when you look back, oh, I transformed consistently when I did those small steps for me. So what are these small steps that I started in my inner healing journey? Funny enough, not funny, like funny, like cute enough in a way. I started journaling also when I was doing this inner healing journey, because when I look back, I can actually see my progress. And this is just prior to shooting this video. I opened one of my journals and I read to an entry back in the first week of November, and I was surprised with that I wrote. Well, of course I won't show the whole content because it's too private for me. But there's a paragraph here, November 6th. Every day, I choose to make small steps, take action to align myself with my highest purpose in life. And my highest purpose in life is to be truly happy and free. The form it will take, you'll have to discover through your inner healing journey, but that's our ultimate purpose in life, to be truly happy, to be beings of unconditional love. And the form that will take for you to achieve that, that's unique to every one of us. Because, of course, we have different ways, different desires, different dreams that we want to achieve. That's why you have to go that inner healing journey. But what are the small steps that I took to start my journey? Now, actually, one of those small steps that I took, aside from journaling, is just basic, but it's actually very important. Self-care acts. So it's as simple as everything that you do for yourself, taking care of yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Those small steps that you do every day, when it adds up, small steps add up. Then when you look back, it's as if, oh, those small steps that I've taken, it became one giant leap. The fact that me, when I did my third, or was it fourth video, like, like barely 2 months, and then I can already do this. I can now disclose to the world that I've went through. Like, I was surprised. I thought it was something that I would carry to my grave, or some people, not just a few people, would know. But God healed me to that extent. I didn't realize. I just took my basic self-care every day. So, among those things that I do, simple steps, of course, I have to break it down to practical steps that you can do every day. And one of the cards that I pulled today, I also use some of the activity cards that I buy from the bookstore to be part of my oracle deck. So there's this slow down 30 mindful activity cards for children that I also picked up for myself. And I use it as an oracle card, meaning when I try to meditate or think about it, ponder about for the rest of my day. And one of those I picked is this card. I know it might be here and now. So there's a description at the back which I'll read for you. Mindful walk. Go outside into a garden, balcony, park, or woodland and start to walk. As you walk, notice how your body feels. Pay attention to how your legs, feet, and arms feel with each step. Without trying to change anything, notice if you are walking fast or slow, in a straight line or witty line. Use your sense of sight to look around and try to notice every detail. What can you hear around you? How does the air feel around you? Is it warm? Cool? Is there a breeze? With openness, notice any sensations that arise and enjoy the moment. And that's called grounding, actually. Be here and now. That's very, very important, not only in the inner healing journey, but in everyday life, even now that I am doing about it. Because we as humans tend to worry a lot about the future. Like, tomorrow what will I do? Or will I be late 2 hours from now? What will happen? Will they get angry? I had to learn every day, and those small steps every day, I didn't realize that it was me exercising more patience, not only with my external world, but with myself. Before I get angry, for example, there was one incident I got angry while I was late for a yoga class because there was at that time an impractical rule implemented by the mall that they can only use one entrance. Like, it didn't make any sense. So I had my Grab brought me down and that entrance, but it will take me more time to go to the other end of the mall just to get inside my gym. And I don't like being late. And then I ask myself, Loraine, stop worrying. Be here now. What will happen if you're late? Nothing. Like that's just one of those things that I had to learn, that you have to stay in the present. When I say each moment, now. So when I find myself worrying, because it's unknown, no one can know the future. Even no fortune teller, even the more famous ones in histories like Nostradamus, even him, can predict his own future, because God is the source of all information. And He will not make you an all-knowing one, especially regarding your own future, because that will not help you at all. that will not help you grow, and that would be tantamount to disrupting fuel. Anyway, that's another story, probably from some other episode. But with my example, I had to learn every small steps every day. But again, as I've mentioned in my last video, we're not called in this life to be perfect. No, we're human, so we make mistakes in a way. When I say mistake, because again, everything is part of God's plan for you. Every actions, every thoughts. Actually, yes, it is. Every mistake, because it's still a learning process. But anyway, going back, veering away from my topic at hand. So when you find yourself worrying, for example, about will I finish the deadline? What will my boss say? Stop. Just stop. Like, focus on the now. Like, if you can focus at an object right now, like for example, I slapped the table, it turned me to the now, and then made me focus on the table. I can focus on the object. There's a brown table in front of me again, so I deliberately focus on an object in this present to get me away from that spiral of worry. So that's what you do. And actually, that's what yoga has been teaching me as well, because it was so hard. Some of the yoga poses, and you have to breathe along the way. So you have to pose, and then you have to breathe, and then you don't have time to think about anything else, because you have to make sure you won't fall on your face. So that's what I discovered about yoga. Mindfulness, being present, because you have to stretch your body and not again fall on your face. So I don't have time or room to think about anything else. So being present in the now. So same with that example that I gave. Be here and now. That's why the example here stated that while you're taking a walk outside, focus on the lines. You focus on each aspect, on what's happening in the present. That's a good way to start grounding yourself in the here and the now. Take your time off the internet. Because again, internet, social media, that's taking your time, that's taking you away from the present, from being in this reality. And that's not helpful at all, because when you return, you haven't dealt with your issues, internal problems. You just escaped for a while. I mean, it's not bad to escape every now and then. When I say escape, rest. But if you make it a daily habit where you don't have time for yourself, now that's becoming harmful. That's not something you do in moderation. Now, after this, among the things that I pulled, another take a walk. But what I like about this take a walk, when I read the guide description, the Secret Self-Care Oracle, actually, among my current oracle cards, this one I'm endeavoring now, which I just got recently. This is it. Can you see it? Okay, it won't violate YouTube's nudity content disallowance rules. But anyway, I've been using that every day as a consistent tarot deck for me, or oracle deck, so that God can also remind me on what steps I can do to take care of myself further today. And take a walk. So this one is you just going outside again. And don't bring your cell phone. Don't wait for that notification. Just enjoying being in the moment. And there's a nearby park where I live. So when I want to unwind, or I want to be closer to nature, there are trees there, some cats playing around, and there's a coffee shop in front of that park. So that's one of those places that I go to, because in the city place, it's hard to look for parks because everything's urbanized. So you have to look for that, and it's available elsewhere. And aside from that, you can also read here, which I've done a lot. Well, even if I don't, but when I say read, don't read just internet content, just browsing, because in the internet, when you read from the internet, everything is summarized there. So actually, You're just acquiring an information when you read, and you don't process the information. That is actually what's wrong in our generation right now. Well, not just my generation, but the culture right now. Because everything is instant. You don't take the time to process what you've acquired. If it's really right, if it's really wrong, if it really helps you. That's why I'd like to read the hard ones. And again, one of the things that I'm currently reading, and I wrapped it in a plastic cover. A dear friend gave this to me recently, and I'm sure she'll be happy to know that I'm reading it, and I'm having fun reading it. So just get an old book or ebook if you want, but book as an actual book. When was the last time that you read a book? Or even a comics if you want. But one of the questions here in the Sacred Oracle Self-Care Guidebook is that even books that made you happy when you were a child. Hey, I read Archie comics when I was a child. Aside from the mythology stories or fairy tale stories. So maybe you can also do that. What do you read that makes you happy? Again, that's part of your self-care. Again, I'm not, this inner healing journey doesn't start with you like just pouring your heart out in whatever you're writing. No, it starts with caring for yourself. The path to inner healing journey, the path to unconditional self-love starts with these small steps. It's not that like grand 180 degrees. And here, play. Actually, this play card is not just part of your inner healing journey. God wants you to play every day because you're His children. We are children of unconditional love, and we are what? We take after our Creator. So we are beings of unconditional love. So He wants us to be happy enough that when we go to work every day, we consider it as play. We play. We don't like hustle. Like I have to achieve this goal. I have to grate my teeth and just buckle up for this ride. No. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be serious. This is from the Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell. And that's she's also the author of the book that I'm reading. But this it. You fill your own cup. There's a cup here. When you play, when you have fun, when you take that moment to let your inner child free, you actually fill your own cup of happiness. Because when we were children, we're just playing, right? We're just running around being happy. And that's what God wants us to have in this lifetime. To be happy, to play, to do things to play. We consider work as play. That's a really novel concept, right? It was for me initially. But now I am unlearning to shed those self-limiting beliefs, because of course the initial ride, that's the difficult part, because you have to heal. Again, this is from the Work Your Light Tarot Transformation, from this card. Deep healing. And this deep healing that I've been doing, as a result, actually, I'm not yet done, because every day is a healing process. I've never felt healthier. I've never felt happier. And I've never felt more excited waking up every day, as if everything is a dream. But it's not. It's happening to me. So, actually, one of the cards that I also pulled was Death. And this is Hades. Remember from Hercules? The movie Hercules? Whenever I pull tarot cards, or even then when I was getting my readings done, I'm not scared of the Death card, because the Death card is not, rarely, almost never means actual death in tarot card, but more of transformation. Think Scorpio. It's ruled by the sign Scorpio and ruled by the planet Pluto. So transformation, deep soul transformation. So with that, with Hades here, when I was reading the guidebook description, it's saying that throughout the process, what was Hades? Hades is funny. In that movie, he's funny, really funny, sarcastic funny. And although he has his moments of villain, because he's a villain, so villainy, but he's most of the time keeping his head cool as the Lord of the Underworld, Lord of the Dead. So anyway, so the card is advising you that yes, you are transforming. There's, if you undergo that inner healing journey, there's transformation within you, but it's all for the better. And you just have to look at the positive and stay cool and find something fun about it. Look at it in the positive side, half full, half empty. Like, it's a matter of perspective, actually. It reminds me, I was just looking at my water, so I'm just gonna get a drink. See, this is me happily talking about things that I am passionate about. And really. So anyway, going back, another thing that I pulled was this one. Spend time with animals. Now, this is challenging. Like, like I live in an urban setting and I don't have pets and pets are not allowed here. So, and then when I look at the guidebook, hey, I can look at that cute videos of pets online. I love them in Instagram. Those cute dogs or cats. It's very relaxing to watch them. So that's also one of the ways that you can relax if you don't have pets. Or when I go to the mall and then I go to the pet shop and stare at the pets there and then try to pet them through the grass. But anyway, or if their owner is there, someone's gonna pick them up. I'm gonna ask the owner if I can pet their pets. But seriously, dogs, animals in general are very therapeutic. You can also do that. And one of the favorite things that I've pulled up, I really like, is this one. This is from Gabriel Bernstein's Miracle Now Oracle deck. I'm not sure if this is mirroring, you can read it, but sleep is a spiritual practice. I love sleeping. Ever since law school, sleep is sacred for law students, and ever since, it has been sacred for me. I love napping. Even while I was working at work, I love like afternoon lunch nap. I would exchange my lunchtime for a nap. that one, I love napping. But anyway, because we need to sleep. If there's something that you can do right now, if you don't want to take that walk outside, if you don't want to play, get some sleep. Like, get a whole night's rest. And that's part of you caring for yourself better. Nothing can replace sleep. You know how the hustle culture in law firms are? I remember there was one incident that I was having fever, still at the law firm. In one of my law firm, we have each have rooms to ourselves, and we have sofa beds per room so we can stay overnight. And again, I was running a fever. So I had a pleading due that my senior associate would have to check. So I have to pass it. But again, I'm sick, so, and it's not gonna wait. And so I don't have sleep that time. I think it was past midnight, and one of my friends went to my room, one of my lawyer friends there, and she was asking me that, I was telling her that I think I'm sick, I'm running a fever. What do? I have a deadline to meet. And then she was telling, well, my nickname then. The answer is so simple. And then I was telling her, Beroka? And then, no. And then she pointed at the time, it's past midnight, go home and sleep. Like, See, we understate the importance of a good sleep. But it's really, really, really important to get enough sleep every day. And make it a sacred, it is a sacred practice. And make it a sacred practice of your healthcare. Get enough sleep every day. As in, forget about the deadline. Seriously, sleep. You are more important than your deadline. So sleep. Get sleep properly. Because if you don't sleep properly, that's where the illness comes in, not just the physical ones, mental, emotional. So that's why sleep is a spiritual practice. And I like this. I like this card that I pulled out from Gabriel Bernstein's Miracles Now. Huh. Thank you, thank you to my spirit guides, my ancestors, for helping me pick my new cards or new decks. Anyway, so with that, those small steps are things that you can do now, after this video, after watching this video. And I also, you know what, one of the things that I started doing as part of my self-care, loving myself unconditionally, eating better. It's been some time since I've eaten fast food. And most of the time, if I have a choice, I would really eat more vegetable. And weirdly enough, before, my friends know how much of a sweet tooth I have, really. But the other day, well, I tried to get this quickly, this taro based shake. I was surprised. So what, I wasn't able to finish it. It's just a normal sweetness level. I wasn't able to finish it. Like half of it, I threw it away. I didn't realize that I conditioned my body with those small steps of choosing wisely what to eat. That even my preference for eating changed for the better. And it's showing. I mean, everything with my body, I can feel that I am getting healthier each day with the healthy choices that I make. So it's those small steps. The emotional ones will probably come when you're ready. But what you can do right now are those small steps, small, every day, taking care of yourself better and better. That's how I start my inner healing journey. You heal yourself, so you start caring for yourself better with those small steps. And most important of all is you learn how to ground yourself. When you say ground yourself, be here in the now. And those techniques that I've taught you, those actually are not just from the tarot. For those who have mental illnesses, for those of you who've probably consulted a psychiatrist or psychologist, they also teach grounding techniques, especially when you go into a spiral of anxiety or worry. And those grounding techniques would consist of you. Some of them would make you focus on an object at present when you start worrying. Like, describe that object in front of you, the texture, the weight, anything to keep you here in the now. And that's important because, again, you have to take care of yourself mentally as well. And too much worrying about something in the future doesn't even happen. It's not even happening yet. It's not really conducive for your well-being at all in any way. And so with that, I still have some cards before I close this video. As I have been saying in all of my videos, that God is unconditional love. And we are created in this life to be truly happy. Because in the tarot card, the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. In the upright, you can see her. She's so happy. In all of her cups, she's so satisfied. Because in the reverse, she's not satisfied. But that one, along your inner healing journey, you will discover that what you are meant to achieve and to do in this lifetime to be truly happy are things that you love doing all along. Really, I said really. God will, that's why you also have to have that inner child healing, inner child journey. Because what were your dreams when you were a child, when you were not yet affected by societal expectations, by demands of your responsibilities? What did you want to do that time? What did you dream of becoming? Most likely, that's what God also wants you to achieve in this lifetime. And the good thing is, the path to that happiness is still open, is still available for you. Should you just be brave to take that first step to be truly happy for yourself and start loving yourself unconditionally. And to add to that, one of the cards that I pulled is today. This is the first time that I've pulled this card. And I was surprised to pull this card earlier this morning because I've been getting downloads. I will not explain it. Maybe someday I will explain how. But this is the Council of Light. As you can see, there's even a picture of Jesus, Mama Mary, for example, Buddha. Divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms. Because one of the things that I've been learning in this inner healing journey of how much emphasis God has given us on free will, on how powerful free will is for us. So, with that in mind, you have to ask for yourself help from God directly, even if you want, or from your guardian angels, from Jesus, from Mary, or from whatever religion you adhere to, from Buddha, from Muhammad. That's for the Islam, for example, Islam brothers and sisters. You have to ask them directly because they cannot intervene if you don't, because that will be against free will. So imagine, just everything that you need is here. All the help that you need is available for you. You just need to ask, Father, I really want to be truly happy in this lifetime. I don't know where I'm going, but I trust that you will show me when the time is right. That simple prayer is very powerful because now you're asking God of your own free will to intervene directly in your life. And that's a very powerful prayer. Just that statement meant from the heart. That will change your life when you ask for God's intervention out loud and from your heart. And your life will completely change for the better. Because, as I've mentioned in one of my another channel, we are actually entering a new era, a new world, if I can say. Maybe other religion will tell that this is the world ending. Yes, this current world as this. We're currently transitioning into a new world. And again, we're not fear-mongering here because God is unconditional love. Why would He want you to be hurt? Why would He want you to be in a state of suffering? God is unconditional love. So He just wants you to get out of that fear-mongering about comet hitting the earth. Seriously. Destroying everyone. Seriously. Like a mega volcano erupting out of nowhere. No, not really. You know what? Weirdly. Not really. I don't believe in coincidence now more than ever. One of the cards that I've picked for today, for the first time, I've owned this deck for almost 2 months. This is the Age of Light. The symbolism here was uncanny because I watched Shazam. Remember that DC movie of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, where he was Black Adam? And the country that he belongs to have this symbol. And that's their symbol for freedom. They were saying in that movie that we don't need a savior. We just need someone to guide us and we will go out. We will save ourselves. Just show us how. Just show us the way. And that is actually part of God's plan. Part of God's plan in transitioning into this new world. Making you realize that you are your own savior. That at least for the Christian tradition, that Jesus Christ came into this world to bring you a message. He is the Messiah. A message of salvation. But He didn't save anyone. He saved Himself. He got crucified on the cross, died, and was resurrected. He saved Himself. But the key to you saving yourself is you being your own savior. Remember that symbol? It's so empowering. When I was seeing that in the Shazam movie, like, whoa, like, that's not coincidence. That's not a coincidence. And the message is also the same. That's not a coincidence. So again, it's God telling everyone that the power to our true happiness, the power to save us from this suffering that we are encountering in this life, is all within us. We are the key. We are our own saviors because we are God's children. We are His co-creators, creators of our realities. You have the power within you. Every one of us has the power to save ourselves. And it doesn't start with a prayer. Of course, after you pray for intervention, you have to do your part. You are a co-creator. So you also have to act. Aside from prayer, because I think I've observed many Catholics just praying and praying, but are they doing an action towards what they've been praying for? And there's a popular saying in Filipino that in Tagalog, nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa. So in English, that God has mercy and compassion to grant you whatever you're wishing for. But you have to also act. You also have to act. Prayer with action. So with that, did I not been telling from the previous times here in this video how to start? The start of your path to true happiness is to you to start caring for yourself, for you to start loving yourself unconditionally with those small steps. Those small steps, when you look back, just as I did, just as I was looking back, will become a giant leap eventually. And your whole world would have changed by then. So I will end my video from that tone. So I hope to see you in my next story. Bye!